Hello, I'm Kate Fall, and I am the Director for Planning, Accountability, and Research for Moore County Schools. In this video, we are going to talk about the tools you will use as a teacher in Moore County, including your gradebook and attendance tracking. You can get a copy of this presentation at the link shown on the screen, bit.ly/MCS New Teachers PAR. The Planning, Accountability, and Research Department, also known as PAR, does a lot of different things. However, we are mostly known for our work with teacher tools for tracking student performance, discipline documentation, and data for decision-making. The PAR department is responsible for PowerSchool and PowerTeacher Pro, which are our student information system. This is where we store student data, and PowerTeacher Pro is your gradebook and attendance system. In addition, we also help manage Educator's Handbook, our discipline tracking tool, which we will learn more about once you start at your school. We work with EVOS, Extra Value Added Assessment System, which helps measure student growth and teacher impact on student learning. The PAR office is also responsible for all federal and state testing, as well as several local assessments as well. In addition to the tools we support, PAR works with schools, PLCs, and teachers on utilizing data to improve instruction. Our office can help with data collection, analysis, and data dives. This work also feeds into school improvement. In relation to the tools you will use on a regular basis, there are a few programs you need to be aware of. NC Cloud, also known as Rapid Identity or IAM, is where you will access the majority of the programs you will use on a daily basis. This is Moore County's single sign-on warehouse, which allows you to remember one username and password to access multiple apps. The three most common are collectively referred to as the home-based suite. This includes PowerSchool, your gradebook, SchoolNet, a testing bank and assessment tool, and Unified Talent, which manages observations and evaluations. PowerSchool is specific student information management system. Think of it as the electronic version of the old school spiral gradebooks. There are a lot of programs with different departments responsible for accessing and managing. If you get stuck with a program, can't log in, or can't figure out what to use in the first place, you'll want to reach out to the correct department. NC Ed Cloud is the portal through which most other programs can be accessed. For issues logging into NC Ed Cloud, contact your school's data manager. It is important to note that it can take a few days after you start for you to be able to access NC Ed Cloud, and therefore all of the other programs. When you've been granted access, you will receive your login information along with your email access information through People Admin, also known as Talent Ed. Your data manager can help if you can log into NC Ed Cloud but cannot access PowerSchool. I highly recommend that you go introduce yourself to your school's data manager as soon as you get into the building. If you are struggling with Unified Talent, where observations are housed, but you can access NC Ed Cloud, you will need to reach out to your school's principal and/or the Human Resource Department. SchoolNet is the online assessment and instructional management tool used by Moore County. This system is used for classroom assessments and district benchmarks and common exams. For access issues related to SchoolNet, contact your school's data manager. For issues related to SchoolNet operations, contact the Curriculum and Instruction Department. There are several other programs you will access through NC Ed Cloud, including Canvas, our learning management system, which is your school's digital integration facilitator, aka DIFs, can help you with. You can also get into EVOS to explore student growth and projection reports. Access to EVOS must be granted by your school's principal. Now that you're familiar with all the tools, 2 quick tips related to NC Ed Cloud. You can heart the program you use most often. To do this, just hover your mouse over the icon and the heart outline will appear. Click it to heart the program. This may be helpful specifically related to PowerSchool apps, as there are actually 3 different PowerSchool icons for the various access levels. When in doubt, see your data manager. They can help you get into NC Ed Cloud and can direct you to the right people or department to help you with individual program issues. Now that you know how wonderful NC Ed Cloud is, let's talk about how to get into the program. Again, you will get directions and login information through the Talent Ed program once you've been activated. Don't forget, this can take a few days. NC Ed Cloud is accessed at https://my.ncedcloud.org. For those of you who are new to North Carolina, you will need to claim your account the first time you log in. If you've worked in North Carolina in the past 5 or so years, you probably have already claimed your account. You will use your 10-digit UID number and whatever password you used previously. If you can't remember your password, you can see your, you guessed it, data manager to reset your password. For the first timers, you will select Claim My Account box at the bottom of the screen. Again, this only needs to be done the first time. You will need your 10-digit UID number and your password you received through the People Admin Talent Ed program. When you select Claim My Account, you will be taken to the first claim page. Choose the LEA Employee Claim Policy and select Next. At this point, you will be asked to confirm your identity. Your birthday is entered first, and you must enter the year, month, then day. For example, December 28, 1981 would be entered as 1981-12-28. The LEA charter code is 630 for Moore County. Again, that is 630. The staff UID is the 10-digit UID number that you've been given. Once you confirm that you're not a robot, you will be able to move forward. At this point, you will be asked to create a new password. Passwords must be at least 8 characters long, have at least 1 uppercase, 1 character, and 1 numeric digit. To warn you, you will be prompted to change your password every 90 days for security reasons. Speaking of security, your last step will be to answer some security questions. After this, you've been confirmed and should be able to access NC EdCloud and all accompanying programs with your 10-digit unique number and your new password. Go ahead and memorize this unique ID number. You're going to need it a lot. Once your account has been claimed, you're ready to get to work. Again, you will go to https:// my.ncedcloud.org. This webpage does not bookmark well and will often give you an error message if you try to access it through a bookmark. Once you are on the login page, your username is your 10-digit UID number. Enter that and hit go, then enter your password. Hit go and you are in. If your password needs to be reset, speak to your data manager. Are you catching a theme here? PowerSchool is the program you will use daily. You will use it to take attendance, enter grades, and access other student information. The teacher interface with PowerSchool is called PowerTeacher Pro. It is where you will take attendance and access your electronic gradebook. Assistant principals and other administrative or clerical staff use PowerSchool Admin. A note, teachers are required to take attendance daily. Parents and students can access their grades and attendance through the student or parent portal in PowerSchool, so it is important that attendance is accurate and that grades are updated weekly. Speak to your school's administration to determine your school's specific grading and gradebook expectations. All right, now you're in. Once in NC EdCloud, you will open to the dashboard. Everyone's dash looks a little different depending on your role in the school system. On the screen is what most teachers see. PowerTeacher Pro, the teacher access to PowerSchool, is the PowerSchool P on the white background. If you look at the title at the bottom of the icon, it says PowerTeacher. Once you select PowerTeacher, you will be taken to a doc page that includes a list of the classes you are teaching, your method to take attendance, and your access to gradebook. If you do not have any classes listed yet, don't panic. Just reach out to your school's data manager. They can get you scheduled and set up. Those data managers can do everything. They really are your best friend. Let's start with attendance. Each class attendance can be accessed by clicking on the corresponding blue attendance grid to the right of the course name. Attendance is extremely important. You are required by law to keep accurate daily attendance records. Our elementary and middle schools take daily attendance, meaning they will take it once a day in homeroom. Our high schools do period attendance, meaning once a class period. Either way, we highly recommend that you make it a habit to take attendance during the first half of the period. Every school has different processes and procedures for how they will manage attendance, tardies, and attendance notes. It's important to talk to your data manager to determine what your specific school processes are. On the screen are the attendance codes that we use in Moore County. Who can enter codes is specific to the school, so again, those data managers come to the rescue. Regardless of the school, however, students are only marked as an excused absence, those codes starting with the number 1, if they have documentation. Who marks it in PowerSchool, however, is a school-specific decision. When you select the blue attendance grid, you will be taken to a table with the student along the left and the days along the top. We recommend that you use the multi-day tab. However, you can take attendance on any of the tabs that you choose. To choose student attendance, click on the box next to the student's name in the appropriate row and change the code from the attendance code drop-down menu in the top right corner. The first 10 days of school are the most important. Therefore, we have a very specific process for those days. Do not enter any attendance into PowerTeacher the first 10 days of school unless your school data manager tells you to do so. In fact, just make sure you go get with your data manager to determine what the attendance process will be during the first 10 days. If you are absent of the building for any reason, please, please, please leave your substitute a class roster. You can print class rosters out of PowerTeacher Pro Gradebook. Your fellow teachers can show you exactly how to do this. PowerTeacher Pro Gradebook training will happen at your school by a teacher specifically trained on Gradebook. These teachers are known as master teachers. Find your school's master teacher and make friends. To access your Gradebook, you can select the PowerTeacher Pro icon. This will open to your first assigned class, or you can select the PowerTeacher Pro link below each class and the program will open to that specific class. Once you open the link, you will be taken to your Gradebook. Again, specific training is going to happen at your school, but here are a few navigation tips. In the middle of the top dark blue bar is your class dropdown. You can navigate between your classes using this dropdown. To the right of that is your Create box, where you can create categories and assignments. If you keep moving right, you will find your view settings. You can make things bigger or smaller from here. Below the dark blue line on the far left are the charms. This is how you will navigate between pages within your gradebook. The far left under the dark blue line is the term you are entering grades in. It is important to verify that you are always in the right term. Let's talk about the left navigation terms. The two most important are the bottom one, Settings, which is where you will set up your gradebook, calculations, displays, etc., and the A+ grading charm, where you will enter the actual grades. Again, your school's master teacher is going to help you with all of this. There are a few programs you will use that are not accessed through NC Ed Cloud. Probably the most used is Educator's Handbook. This is Moore County's discipline management tool. This is where you will track classroom infractions as well as enter office referrals for behavior that should be managed by administration. Again, this program is utilized a bit differently at every school, so you will do specific training on the program through your school. Access is granted by your administrator, so don't forget to ask for login information from your principal. A few last thoughts. PowerSchool data, student and teacher data, is confidential. It is important that you keep the data protected. Do not leave your computer logged into PowerTeacher Pro and/or PowerSchool Admin. Do not pull up the program on your projector or smartboard. In short, the data is for your eyes only. It is imperative that PowerSchool is updated and accurate. Help us out, and if you see an issue, let your data manager know. For example, if you know that a phone number showing for a student is inaccurate, especially if you have an updated one, let your data manager know. In case you haven't figured it out by now, your data manager can be your best friend. When in doubt, ask your data manager. Introduce yourself. Get to know them. PAR and your data manager are here to help you. Please do not hesitate to ask questions or offer suggestions. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, see your schools. Say it with me, data manager. Welcome to Moore County Schools. We are so happy that you are here.